This is the Terracotta Army. Who had it built and why? And what is the dark secret behind the Terracotta Army? But let's start at the beginning.
The Shaanxi province of China, 1974. A severe drought broke out close to the old imperial city of Xi'an. In a small village called Xi'an, the subsistence-based economy was badly hit. After all, this little corner of the world lacked infrastructure and had limited access to modern facilities. When water scarcity threatened the livelihood of the village, the farmers decided to dig a well. These people were farmers and shepherds. While this was certainly an unusual scenario, it wasn't too far off from their regular vocation. They dug, and still, after a layer of hard clay, they came across something they would never have dreamed of. In the hole they dug, they saw arms and legs made of clay. They saw bronze arrowheads. This was quite the unusual find for these humble villagers. Word was sent out, and soon enough, a team of archaeologists descended to make sense of the scene. Further examinations revealed thousands of clay warriors and clay horses in the ground. After close examination, they realized that these life-size finds dated back to the Qin dynasty of the 3rd century BCE. A magnificent company of clay warriors. Who did they serve? Who had immortalized them, and who had commissioned this rather ambitious work of art? This tale goes back more than 2,000 years to the time when the first Chinese emperor succeeded in conquering the Wei, Zhao, Han, Qi, Yan, and Shu regions and united them with his Qin Empire. But it was Qin Shi Huangdi who managed to unify almost all the territories that had been settled by the Chinese. However, it should be noted that the state formed afterwards was nowhere near as large as today's China. Great historians tell us that he ordered the construction of a mausoleum in 246 BCE after ascending the throne. The prime minister of the Qin dynasty, Li Si, provided the designs, and imperial craftsmen served as the team of potters. It is estimated that more than 700,000 craftsmen and workers were involved in the construction of the Qin Shi Huangdi building complex and the treasures that lay within, including the Terracotta Army. To guarantee the standard of quality and to mark their own work, each craftsman carved his name on the pieces he created. A result of painstaking manual labor, each warrior weighs around 160 kilograms and is about 1.80 meters tall. The largest statue of a general is about 2.50 meters high. It took them an estimated 40 years to complete this massive construction project. The emperor deliberately chose this location to build his tomb as the surrounding area was extremely rich in jade and gold deposits. Built on an area of 56 square kilometers, the tomb complex has been on the UNESCO World Heritage List since 1987. Since Qin Shi Huangdi died rather abruptly in 210 BC, the tomb had to be sealed prematurely. The construction of the Terracotta Army could not continue as planned. The secret of the Terracotta Army had to be kept, and so, according to historical records, all the craftsmen involved in the mausoleum project were buried alive in the burial grounds around the tomb. But one question still remains. Why? Why did Qin Shi Huangdi order the construction of the Terracotta Army? Historians have proposed several explanations over the years. The Terracotta Army was intended to protect the first Qin emperor in the afterlife. He wanted to receive the same treatment after his death that he was given during his lifetime. More than 8,000 buried soldiers, 130 chariots, 670 horses, as well as terracotta musicians, acrobats, and concubines were discovered at the site of the Terracotta Army. Even some birds such as waterfowl, cranes, and ducks were found. The Terracotta Army was intended to show the power and glory of the first Qin emperor. This was the first person to unify China. Under his rule, politics and the economy developed positively. Some scholars also claim that the army was built to honor the imperial army, which helped the emperor triumph over the other states on his road to unify the entire country. In earlier dynasties like the Shang and Zhou, humans were sacrificed and buried with their deceased rulers. The victims consisted of soldiers, officials, slaves, and other companions of the respective ruler. It is possible, then, that the terracotta warriors were buried as substitutes for the real warriors. From the death of Qin Shi Huangdi and the fall of the Qin dynasty to the rise of the Han dynasty, this ceremonial work was the target of several grave robbers. The peasant rebellions in subsequent eras also targeted this site, among others. Archaeologists have noticed signs of looting, and grave robbers have stolen many of the army's legendary weapons. However, many fully functional arrowheads, spears, and swords were still recovered. The bronze blades also showed only minimal signs of corrosion underground, and some were still shiny and sharp. Other materials have not suffered so kind of fate. Parts made of wood have rotted away over more than 2 millennia. Only a good 200 trigger mechanisms were found from the crossbows. Upon analyzing the weapons, the researchers discovered an alloy that contained metallic chromium. The archaeologists suspect that this protection was deliberately applied to each weapon by the craftsmen at the time in order to make the grave goods last forever. It was thought to be a rust inhibitor, which was a precursor to our modern methods of chromium plating parts. The emperor went to all these lengths to preserve the Terracotta Army, but that was not his only treasure. According to the historian Sima Qian from 100 BC, the burial hall is said to be a temple complex with unimaginably large treasures. Given that only around 30% of the tomb complex have been uncovered to date, further excavation may lead to unexpected finds. Chinese archaeologists are working on excavating more terracotta warriors and then restoring them every day. But it will take several years to find and open the exact location of the burial mound, as the emperor had several mounds built to distract grave robbers from the actual location of his tomb. For now, the search continues. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Have something to add to the conversation? Feel free to express yourself in the comment section below. That's it for now. Catch you in the next one.